the New Yorker put out a story with the first red flags about the Trump campaign. And, up until that point, I hadn't really been investigating them. And it pretty much freaked me out when I found out about the Paul Manafort situation. And, it's not actually that tough to investigate, and it wasn't back then. Like knowing the politics of the area a little bit. The issue is that there's a war going on in that part of the world. And Paul Manafort was working for one side of it, the Kremlin side of it. These are people that shot down a civilian aircraft. He's dividing a sovereign nation on his border, causing a shadow war, denying that it's happening, an information war along with a special war. And Paul Manafort was working for one very definitive side, the Kremlin side of that. And I wrote a story about that for the first time in July of 2016. And I concluded that Vladimir Putin, which by the way is just facts that anybody should have known back then, Vladimir Putin has a history of giving money and support to anti-NATO politicians. And he's not afraid to bet big. And that was in July of 2016. And then all the hacking was going on. And then on July 25th of 2016, the DNC hacks were sourced. And at that point, I knew. When you see all this stuff adding up, the political hack, and then release very, surgically timed, aimed at dividing the Democratic Party right before the Democratic National Convention. I basically thought it was another Watergate at that moment. And then the news came out that it was Russia. And I wrote a story entitled, "It's Official, Trump and Putin Have Teamed Up to Beat Hillary." And that was in July of 2016. And then 2 days later, Trump went on national television and asked Putin directly for help. Which I think, I was sitting there thinking, oh good, his campaign is over, they're going to replace him. I was like, oh, this is it, isn't it? No, oh, it was a joke. Really, it was a joke. Who's laughing now?